What is up, guys? Evildoisarm here today, and today I have for you a video where we're going to be making some corrections to the video I put out yesterday on the Dawnforged Riftwalk versus Raven paths and which one you should go, which one's better, and all of that. So a lot of comments came in on the video yesterday, and a lot of people pointed stuff out on my Discord that I missed some pretty big things on it. So I went ahead and unlisted that video, got rid of it pretty much entirely. You shouldn't be able to get on it unless you've already commented on it, I believe is how I have it set. So people in their comment sections can reply to their own comments. So anyway, this video is going to be updated, fixed, and get rid of all those problems that I put in the last one or the mistakes I made, and hopefully shouldn't have to be taken down. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do in this video is go over Dawnforged versus Riftwalk, which one you should go and why, in my own personal opinion. Once again, this is my opinion. Form your own based on however you want, based on whatever knowledge you want. I can only provide you my opinion and my logic behind it. Anyway, so what we're looking at here is the Raven path upgrading from Baleful 12. So I get this question all the time. Should I go Dawnforged Riftwalk or should I go Raven? So many people ask me this, and I always give them the answer, go Raven. You won't regret it. I mean, at the end of the day, the Raven weapon is a higher DPS weapon, except for the only class I can think of is the Earth Destroyer. Earth Destroyer, you're going to go Riftwalk because it gives you the decreased cooldown on your Fury, and that decreased cooldown can stack with Aransu weapons and Aransu gear and Aransu badges and Aransu soul shields to give you basically unlimited uptime on your Fury skill, your E. So I always say go with that skill, or go with that spec on the Earth Destroyer. Everybody else, go Raven. You're going to enjoy your DPS increase. You will definitely not regret it. But anyway, guys, so what is the logic behind this? How much does it cost? All that great stuff. So what I did is I put together a spreadsheet that basically compares the costs of all these materials. And the mistake that I made last night, or yesterday's video, was that basically I forgot to include Blackstones on the cost for Raven. So going from 6 to 9 on Raven costs 30 Blackstones. These Blackstones are relatively expensive comparatively, and it definitely skews the price points that I mentioned. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into the spreadsheet, and we're going to do a little discussion here about the costs and everything. Just know that my recommendation is still go Raven. You're not going to regret it. However, Dawnforged is the cheaper option, and we're going to go through and explain that all here in a few seconds. But anyway, let's hop over into the spreadsheet. So this is the same spreadsheet that I put up yesterday. This spreadsheet basically covers the Raven 6 upgrade path and the Raven 9 upgrade path. So what I did is I took all the things you need to buy from each of those in each tier and compared how many of the differences between them in each tier and how much it costs for each item. These prices are only NA. This was another thing a lot of people were complaining about. I don't have access to the EU prices. I'm not going to go and dig around and find all that. So, you know, you're going to have to modify this to your own knowledge base here or to your own server cost-wise. But anyway, and put together a little thing that compares the prices of these. So the Dawnforged weapon going Raven 6, right? So if you went Dawnforged or Riftwalk and then up and then went over to Raven, you're only saving 430 gold if you buy every single thing. This is another thing a lot of people love to argue about is, oh, well, I'll farm this, or I'll buy this, or I'll farm that. This number only shows you the gold value of what you're purchasing here to make these upgrades. This is the gold equivalent, the gold value of these items. This is not a farming time. This is none of that. This is the strictly gold value. So you will save 430 gold by going Dawnforged or Riftwalk if you were to go that route instead of going directly to the Raven route at Baleful 12. Now, if we look at the Raven 9 tier, this changes a little bit further because of the addition of the Blackstones. So these Blackstones are super expensive right now, and you will notice that it actually pushes the Raven weapon even further away. So you're spending another 800 gold to go Raven directly when you're making that upgrade up to Raven 9, whereas if you say Dawnforged or Riftwalk all the way up to stage 9 of that weapon and jumped over to the Raven, if we go ahead and look at the skill tree over here, if we looked at the skill tree, you see, you know, if we made this jump from Dawnforged 9 to Raven 9, it'd be 800 gold cheaper. If we made the jump from Dawnforged 6 to Dawnforged to Raven 6, it would also be about 450, 500 gold cheaper to make that upgrade. So basically you're saving about 1,000 gold going that Dawnforged route if you buy every single item. So we're going to hop back in the spreadsheet though, make some comparisons and ideas here and some thoughts. So looking at the spreadsheet, the items that you need to farm here, the big limiting factors, or the big limiting factors here are the void fragments on this Dawnforged path. So Dawnforged takes 110 void fragments. 110 void fragments, you know, I make the point that they're pretty easy to acquire. You get them pretty frequently from Daily Dash. They seem to drop just about one every single dungeon that you run after Naryu Sanctum. So, you know, you're going to be running quite a few dungeons, and you'll probably pick up those void fragments just through playing. However, the same argument can be made on the Blackstones down here. You know, just by playing the game, running the dungeons you need to run, you're probably going to get your 30 Blackstones that you need as well, just by getting the daily ones that you get for the Blackstone fragments from doing daily dungeons. You know, you'll probably pick up these and these. So we're just going to go ahead and omit both of these items from our total or our tally here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over to the void fragment cost section, and we're going to cut that at 0 on the here. And we're going to make the void fragment cost 0 here, and we're going to make the Blackstones cost 0 here. And so now that updates our spreadsheets here and gives us a little bit better of an opinion or better of a thought here on the general expected costs. So to go Raven 6 now, omitting the void fragments that you're going to get just by playing through the game, you're going to be spending an additional 2,300 gold to go Raven 6 via Dawnforged. So if you via Raven immediately. So if, like, once again, hop back over into the Blade and Soul game here, just to so everyone knows what I'm talking about. If you were to go ahead and purchase the Raven weapon here, start at this Raven 3 and work your way up instead of going Dawnforged to Raven, you're going to be spending an additional 2,000 gold if you already have the void fragments. So it makes far more sense if you have the void fragments to go the Dawnforged path. Now if you plan on having to buy these, or you don't want to have to farm these dungeons, or you want to farm different dungeons to get the materials that you need, yeah, the Raven path is probably still the better route to go on that one. Another thing to point out is that these Elysian crystals that everybody, you know, it's so many more Elysian crystals, unbelievable. Anyway, it's not that hard to come by cost-wise and farming-wise. You know, you're going to get them from pretty often from your treasure pouches, so it's not like it's that big of a thing. Now, the big killer here is that you need so many more Elysian crystals than moonstones. If it was more of a 50-50 split, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. It's just the fact that you're going to need to open more and more treasure pouches to get those Elysian crystals is what is going to delay your progression on the Raven path as well. So anyway, guys, you're looking at a lot more gold to go the Raven path if you don't have the void fragments. And then if we go ahead and look at the spreadsheet again and look at the cost here on the Raven 9 route, you'll also see that you're going to be spending about 3,000 more gold going Raven 9 immediately instead of Dawnforged or Riftwalk. All of that being said, you're probably going to get a majority of the materials you need as well from running dungeons. You know, you'll probably get half of your Elysian crystals and, you know, most of your moonstones just by running dungeons, you know, opening treasure pouches. I don't see that as a huge delimiting factor or limiting factor here as far as upgrading as well. This is once again only comparing if you bought every single item, and you will probably run enough dungeons when you're getting those void fragments to get up your Elysian crystals and moonstones and everything that you need to make these upgrades as well. So you're really only limiting factors here on this one then of things that you aren't going to farm up are going to be your premium transformation stones and your pristine oils, and clearly that is a big push towards the Raven weapon. So your Raven weapon, you need more. You basically need 4 more premium transformation stones going the Raven route. So that basically means no matter what you do, you're always going to be spending about 1,100 more gold on the Raven weapon, no matter how you break this down, because you do have the pristine oil that you need to buy for the Dawnforged or Riftwalk paths. So yeah, you basically, no matter what you do, you're going to be spending 1,100 more gold on the Raven path. Now, 1,100 more gold is probably about 2 weeks of playing this game, maybe a week and a half if you're really pushing it on multiple characters and playing it away at it. So it's not that big of a difference, and I really feel that the bonus you get from the Raven weapon far outweighs any losses that you're getting by cost-wise anyway. So anyway, guys, that is my opinion. This is the spreadsheet. I'm going to link the spreadsheet so you guys can go ahead and look at it and see the different prices and comparisons. I'll set back these prices on the void fragments and Blackstone so you can look at that. If you do want to edit it, all you got to do is go to File and then download a copy or save a copy to your own drive, and you'll be able to look at it. So don't send me requests, please, on accessing the document. If I give you access to the document, you can edit it and do whatever you want to it. I will not grant you access to it. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's the video. That's the update to the video. I wanted to get that information out. I still feel Raven's better, but you do have to know that you will be spending a lot more money, and I want to make sure everybody is aware of that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.